Today I'm going to give a review of my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, so if you're interested, please keep on watching. So this is the foundation right here. It comes like in a glass bottle, and I have a pump, but it doesn't come with a pump. I already have the pump from my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation and I just switch it over. I think it only cost me like $10 at MAC and it does fit. Now as for the foundation, it costs around $40 and you can get it at Ulta, Macy's, I believe Nordstrom, and you can also get it at Sephora. I have this foundation in the shade 3W2 Cashew and it's a medium with warm undertone. The foundation is mostly a medium coverage, but you can definitely build it up to a full coverage and it's very buildable. You won't see that you build it up or caked it up. Now when I got this foundation for the first time, I started to apply it with brushes, and I mostly use my kabuki brushes. I used my flat kabuki, the F80 at the beginning, and then I switched it up with this one, the 3D HD kabuki. This one's really good as well. But I was started to get frustrated when I apply it with the brush because they got a lot of stains, and also it was so hard to get it off of the brush. Don't get me wrong, when I was using the brushes, I would have more coverage and I would use less product. I would still like the finish of the foundation, but the fact that it was so hard to get it off the brush made me switch to the beauty blender. The foundation itself has a natural finish, but when you use it with a beauty blender, it looks even more natural. Now you will still look like you have foundation on, but it will have like this more natural glow to it. The finish of the foundation is more like a satin matte than a matte, so it still looks natural, and when you apply it, it just doesn't budge at all. Now in terms of using a primer with this foundation, you really don't have to use a primer, but it's very optional for you. It depends if you have problem areas. At first I would use my Professional from Benefit to cover some large pores that I have on my face. Then it started to get oily in my T-zone, so I tried to switch it up for my Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I loved how it does apply with that primer. To be honest, my favorite combination is the foundation with the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, and I know this primer is very expensive, so I always buy the little bottle. It's like 20 bucks at Sephora, and no joke, when I apply this primer first and then the foundation, my face looks flawless. Now as you can see, I have some bumps in my face and I have some dark spots and acne to cover. And even though I have more full coverage when I'm using the brush, I still decide to use the beauty blender because it looks more natural. I apply it in sections because this foundation dries fairly quickly. First I use a pump and I use it in this area, then I get another pump and use it on this area, and to finish I use a pump for my forehead and I drag it out to my nose. What makes this foundation stand out against others is the fact that it holds your natural oils very well, but at the same time you look natural with it. It is very long wearing. You can use it more than 12 hours and you will look fine. I think it's marketing right now for 24 hours. I really haven't used it for 24 hours, but I definitely use it for 12 hours and it really holds up all day long. I only have to blot once or twice, but compared to other foundations, I have to blot like 4 or 5 times during the day. So once or twice is more than okay with me. Because of those reasons, this has become my holy grail and I don't think I will ever go back. Before this, I loved the Studio Fix Fluid from MAC, and I know they're the same company. Estee Lauder owns MAC, but the difference between them both is that the Studio Fix, it's more heavy, it's a little bit more heavy, and it has a strong scent, and I really got over that. I've always used drugstore foundations up to my early 20s. I would use Maybelline, L'Oreal, and while I was using them, I always thought that my shade was kind of off. That's why I started to use MAC, and then I started to play with a lot of high-end foundations, but none of them worked as well as this one. Would I recommend this foundation? Absolutely yes. If you haven't tried this foundation before, I would just suggest you go and try it. You don't have to spend your money right now. You can just go to the store and get a sample. I know Macy's gives samples, Sephora, some Sephoras carry them, some Sephoras don't, so that's kind of tricky. But you can also go to Ulta. Now they started selling at Ulta. All these stores have the foundation at the same price. I would just prefer to go to Sephora because I had the app, the online app, and then you get 2-day free shipping. But if I was in a rush, let's say I run out of this foundation right now, I would definitely go to Macy's and get it. Now Ulta has it, so it's a lot better and you get points when you buy it at Ulta. It's really up to you where you want to go. So that is it for today. I hope I covered everything on this foundation. If you have more questions about this foundation, please comment down below and I will be happy to answer them. Again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you soon. Bye.